The rabbi of a Michigan synagogue targeted in a terror attack says that violence will not disrupt services today. Overnight, FBI agents were seen raiding the home of that suspect. The Department of Homeland Security has identified him as Iman Mohammed Ghazali, a Lebanese-born U.S. citizen from nearby Dearborn Heights. Sources in the Lebanese American community there told CBS News Ghazali lost two brothers, a niece and a nephew, to an airstrike in Lebanon about 10 days later. Police say he drove his vehicle into Temple, Israel Thursday, starting a fire. Security guards shot and killed him.
Thanks to the preparation and training of Temple Israel's security team and the West Bloomfield Police Department, the unexpected did not turn into tragedy.
And more than 100 young children who attend that synagogue's preschool and kindergarten were inside at the time of that attack.
Joining us now to talk more about this is Brandon Ratner, who is the Senior Director of the Jewish Community Relations Council in Colorado. Brandon, what is your reaction to seeing another attack like this on the Jewish community?
I'm so angry. I mean, really, really angry. This is, in the last week alone, you've seen this attack, you've seen two shootings at synagogues in Toronto, you saw fire bombs in synagogues in Belgium and the Netherlands, and you've seen two people beat up and assaulted in California for speaking Hebrew. This is something that we have to live with, and I don't like that I have to keep coming on TV and talking about this every few months, but unfortunately we have to, because no community should have to live like this.
You know, you and I were talking before we started this segment, and we hear a lot about the big attacks. What do you have to say to people about the dangerous rhetoric that is happening even before these attacks are going on, and sometimes after these attacks as well?
To the people saying that rhetoric, I just want to say, what do you expect to happen? When you traffic in conspiratorial thinking and these sort of theories that place Jews at the center of every problem in the world and here in this country, you're going to encourage the kind of collective blame that we see, where Jews in Michigan, preschoolers, are being held accountable for a foreign war half a world away. No other community has that kind of collective blame, and no one should have that kind of collective blame. Our country has not had problems saying no in other contexts. When Asian Americans were blamed for the COVID pandemic, or when we've seen these other sorts of things, our country has an immune system to kick in and say, stop, that's not appropriate. We can't hold people collectively blameful like that, and I want to see that extended to the Jewish community.
Yeah, words matter, and certainly I think our heightened dialogue right now is dangerous and could potentially be leading to a lot of these attacks. What is being done in order to keep places of worship safe right now?
Sure, there's so much, but I think the thing I'll really emphasize is the Jewish community spends over $760 million annually on security. And that is $760 million that is not going to Jewish preschool, that is not going to Jewish programming, that is not going to charity consistent with the missions of our organizations, but that's just the tax on being safe here and being Jewish.
What do you want people to know as your community moves forward and the people around the Jewish community try to help and be supportive for their Jewish brothers and sisters?
Yeah, thank you for that question. I just want folks to know that Jews are like everybody else. We're folks' neighbors. We have the same kind of challenges, the same sort of complicated feelings. You know, everybody is so good at finding complexity in their own community, but they don't necessarily extend that to others. And we're a community just like everybody else. We're trying to live in partnership and allyship with everybody else. We don't want to see anybody killed or hurt anywhere in the world. And I just hope people can treat our community with that sense of care.
Well, you do such a great job coming on television and talking about what this means and what it is like to be Jewish in America these days. And you're right, I wish we didn't have to do it so often, but I certainly appreciate you stopping by.
Thank you.